Hey YouTube and Caymanas Park Turf Fights. Welcome back to Down the Stretch. I'm your host, Christopher Charlton. I'm just putting out this now because the race book, I don't know, it usually comes on a Wednesday evening or a Thursday morning. It didn't come until I just saw it out Friday morning. So let me try to run through these as quick as possible. Not the most attractive program, but let's just get right into it. The second race day for 2025. Okay, the first race is for 4-year-olds and up. Now, have 2 imported 4-year-olds and up maiden, fillies and mares, 8 starters. Boil this race down to 4. They are the 3 Catalina Princess, the 4 Adira, the 6 Hit and Run, and the 8 Pineapple. Catalina Princess ventured around the bends on the last 2 starts, beat 11 lengths in both, but against, I think, much stronger competition. Comes the 5 round now, so cutting distance. I think it's going to suit this Catalina Princess. And now racing against fillies only, I think Catalina Princess is going to have an excellent chance. The 4 Adira, excuse me, speedy filly. Last time out against Colts. Ran well, was hindered by Smart Trick coming around the bend. So was 4th by 6 lengths. So back amongst fillies now with Apprentice to claim 4 kilos. Adira with her speed should definitely have a shot. The 6 Hit and Run disappointed on last when bet at 5-2, but had an excuse. Wasn't the cleanest away, was hindered up somewhat, and then Foster was just putting her through the motion. Didn't ask her a question the entire trip, so giving Hit and Run a C here with Trevor Simpson for Jason DaCosta. And the horse I think they're going to have to beat, Pineapple. Robert Halladine for Patrick Lynch. Has removed the blinkers. Last time he ran it out, the blinkers was 5 furlongs straight, beaten only a half a length by Pope's Lady and Irish Wish. Both those horses are in the class above this now, so I think Pineapple looks like the horse they're going to have to beat. Outsider to watch, if you want to squeeze into your superfecta, is definitely going to be the 1 Narissa's Angel. Came off a rest on last, was right with the pace from the gates open, and then faded in the last furlong and a half to finish 8 by 12 lengths to Indestructible, but was right in the pace in the early mix. So I think that's a dark horse to watch. The second race, Nature Bred 3-year-old maiden, 6 starters, 5.5 furlongs. Not going to really waste much time in this race. Just work it out to 2. The 2 Mineola and the 5 Stormbringer. Okay, Mineola, 3 starts, big favorite on last, was stretched out way over her head and paid the price. Comes back down to a shorter distance, gets Abigail able to claim 3 kilos. They've taken back off the tongue tie now, so expecting a better run from Mineola from the Jason DaCosta camp. And the other horse in the event, the 5, also from Jason DaCosta, Stormbringer, Robert Halladine, the long anticipated run of Shiza Manita's first foal to race. I think the first one died, but this one has been working well. 46.2 by 59.4 for 5 furlongs out the gate, then a minute 1 and 4/5. Looks good, looks just like his brother. Seen some footage of him at exercise, looks just like his mom, so expecting a big debut from the Stormbringer. So those are the 2 that I'm working with. The 2 Mineola and the 5 Stormbringer, giving the edge to Stormbringer, and Jason DaCosta to run the Exacta. The third race, Nature Bred 4-year-olds and up maiden, small field of 6, 7 furlongs. And this is a poor set of horses. Going to only boil it down to 3 horses. The 2 D-Bay Machine, the 4 Linstead Market, and the 6 Valley of Love. 2 D-Bay Machine, probably the worst horse in Jason DaCosta's stable, but going to carry him here because Christopher Mamdine has decided to take back this ride. 7 furlongs, I don't think is going to be a problem for him, so giving him a slight look in here. The 4 Linstead Market showed on last that he's on the men's, did hit the front at the furlong pole, going 5 furlongs against Military Light, and did Sarasota before being outkicked. They've now put on the tongue tie, so let's see if that does the trick, claiming 3 kilos for Richard Henry and Gary Sabrati. And the 6 Valley of Love Also showed on last that she's on the improved 3rd by 4 3/4 lengths to Tornado Steel and Lady Sarah Suit at 6 furlongs. I think should relish this extra furlong now that she has shown that she's ready to race. Trevor Slicer Simpson gets it right here for Philip Elliott, so expecting another good run from this Valley of Love. Not going to stick my neck out with these, but I think the winner comes from one of them. The 4th race, Nature Bred 5 wheels and up, non-reserve 2 unimported 5 wheels and up maiden. 7 starters, 6 furlongs. Boiling this down to 3, the 1 Joe Blaine, the 2 Manushi, and the 6 Shadow of a Doubt. Joe Blaine, Demar Williams for Randolph Scott, claims 4 kilos, so coming in pretty light. 6 furlongs looked right up his alley. Last time at 6 furlongs was 4th by 3 lengths to Veliki, Viki, and Manushi, and I think should run accordingly. And a better run is expected from Joe Blaine than his last start against Sky Rizzi. The 2 Manushi, Siobhan Townsend, claims 2 kilos for Louis Richards. Second in his last 3 starts, so he's definitely knocking at the door. I think this field is a field that he can definitely handle, and at this distance I think he's going to hit the front from early and just prove a very tough horse to get back to. And the 6 Shadow of a Doubt, 5th by 10 lengths and last against Papa Gray, was a winner 3 starts back at 5 straight, but looks, I think after those 2 starts at this level, I think he has probably caught the pace of this class now. Gets Carlos Blake to claim 3 kilos for O'Neill Markland, so giving Shadow of a Doubt a shot to complete the trifecta. The 5th race, 3 years and up, optional claiming 700,000 to 600. 6 years and up, non-reserve 4, 9 starters, 7 furlongs. The distance, I'm going to boil this race down to 4. They are the 1 Colorado Ranger, the 2 Brinks, the 3 Traditional Lady, and the 7 No More Deals. Colorado Ranger came off a rest on last. Wasn't embarrassed. 5th by 10 lengths to Surgeon at 7 furlongs. Comes back at 7 furlongs. Gets Demar Williams to claim 4 kilos off his 120 for Boris McIntosh. Expecting a much better run here from this Colorado Ranger. Now stepping down in class. The 2 Brinks also basically coming down in class. Radish Roman for Gary Griffiths. 4th by 2 3/4 lengths to Bugatti and Generational over the straight 5 on last. Stretches out to 7. Haven't been over this trip in a long time, but this former classic horse definitely has the pace, and if allowed to get out there, could prove a very dangerous animal. The 3 Traditional Lady, basically running back at the same level, second and last by half a length to Veliki Viki at this distance, and should be one of those running on, as her fitness has been exposed, so I think she'll be coming home fast, and it was better for that run recently because she hadn't run since June before that race on December 24th, so expecting another good run here from this Traditional Lady. And the 7 No More Deals, stepping down in class, disappointing on last, 12 by 21 lengths to Milos. Before that in November was 6 by 7 1/4 lengths to KP Choice in a $1 million claimer. Don't think 7 furlongs is too far from No More Deals, and if rated properly, I think could run a very good race in this. So those are the 4 I'm sticking with. Leaning towards Brinks or Colorado Ranger. I think the race comes down to one of those. The 6th race, Nature Bred 5 wheels and up, non-reserve 3 and imported 5 wheels up, non-reserve 2, 9 starters, 7 furlongs. I'm going to boil this down to 4. They are the 1 Sky Rizzi, the 2 Final Load, the 4 Tiger Amidat, and the 8 Pretty Caroline. Sky Rizzi went on last by 2 3/4 lengths over Manushi and Propellant. Steps up in class, but steps up very fit and coming out of a very good race. Gets Tajay Suku to claim 4 kilos off of his 115, so coming in very light. They've taken off the figure 8. That's the only thing I don't know why they did that, but they've taken off the tongue tie and put on the figure 8. So they changed the equipment after he won, but we'll see how that works out. The 3 Final Load came good on his second start, was an easy leader coming into the stretch, but had to dig deep when Propellant began to fly, but was still a distance in front of the rest of them, so that's a very good run. Finished fast in 124 and 4. Definitely looks a horse to be of some worth, so have to give him a shot even though stepping up in class. The 4 Tiger Amidat better for his run in the race against Empress Lynx and Cosmic Force on December 21st, because he hadn't raced since the 7th of September before that, and it was a good third by 5.5 lengths at 7.5 furlongs. The Canterman now gets the ride for Anthony Nunes, and the Tiger Amidat is going to put in a much stronger performance. And the 8, Pretty Caroline, unfancied and last with 4th by 12 lengths, but in that race at the start, Pretty Caroline went down to her nose at the start and was still stalking the leaders and still managed to finish 4th by 12 lengths. Patterson gets back the ride for Patrick Lynch, and I'm expecting Pretty Caroline to put in a much better run here. Long shot consideration for the superfecta, I'd probably squeeze in the 6 horse Golden Syrup, Ishmael Velasquez for Anthony Nunes. The 7th race, native bred 4-year-olds and up maiden, 7 starters, 4 furlongs straight, and I'm boiling this race down to 3, the 2 Dark Matter, the 4 Rapida, and the 6 Big Pop. Dark Matter showed his well-being on last when getting market signals of 5-2 at 7 furlongs, was right there turning for home before fading against Mila K. Parchment still gets back the ride. They've now put on the figure 8, so I'm expecting Dark Matter to run a much improved race. The 4 Rapida, DJ Soko claiming 4 kilos for Victor Williams, so he's coming in pretty light. They've taken off the blinkers and the figure 8, so he's back to when he ran on the 19th of October, where he ran his best race, when he was second all the way to the furlong pole against La Vida. So I'm expecting a very good run here from this Rapida. The 6 Big Pop, nothing to show in his first 2 starts, but that he's at the exercise and working. Roshane Lewis here claiming 4 kilos for Jason DaCosta, and that's one of the main reasons I'm using this horse, is because it's from the Jason DaCosta camp. It's not really showing that he's anything special, so but I squeeze him just because I'm coming from the champion trainer's stable. And if I had to squeeze another horse into it to make the race the trifecta, in case one of those don't, it'd probably be the 3 Ruby's Light. The 8th race, the St. Catherine's Cup, native bred 3-year-old and 4-year-old, non-runners of 4, and imported 3-year-olds and up, non-runners of 3. Very small field of 6, 5.5 furlongs, and boil this race down to 3. They are the 1 California Crown, the 3 Princess Amali, and the 6 Fearless Attack. Okay, California Crown, the 2000 Guineas winner, Robert Hallidin for Jason DaCosta, won his first 3 starts, then went way out of his depth, going 2 turns. Definitely built like a sprinter, bred for speed, so I think 5.5 is right up his alley. Working brilliantly coming into the race. December 28th, gallop up the straight 5 furlongs in 59.2, the first 4 in 46.1. Definitely the horse they're going all have to beat, this California Crown. Princess Amali, blinkers on and last, showed speed against the outer class Supremacy, faded into 4th. They've taken off the blinkers and put on the visors, giving Princess Amali some peepholes to peep through this time around. So we know she has some pace, but at 5.5, I think she'll be more of a stalker in this race with Dane Dawkins, and expecting another good run from Princess Amali, basically stepping down in class, I would say, from the Supremacy races. And 6 Fearless Attack, all the rage on the 1st of January, beaten 6 by 7 3/4 lengths against Prince Aman and Midnight Flight. Much better for that run because he hadn't raced since April, when he was undefeated coming into this race. Jason DaCosta has this one where Shane Lewis claims 4 kilos. I'm expecting a much better run from this Fearless Attack now that he got that run under his belt. So those are the 3 that I'm going to work with here, but I think California Chrome is definitely the horse they're going all have to beat. The 9th and final, 3-year-olds and up, overnight allowance, 9 starters, 5 furlongs straight. This is for the Security Department Trophy. And boiling this race down to 4. They are the 2 Joyce Golden, the 5 Madeline Sunshine, the 7 Mrs. Lyndhurst, and the 9 Inspired Force. Okay, Joy is Golden. Definitely loves the 5 furlong straight. Gets Richie Shakes, claiming 4 kilos off of 111 pounds for Patrick Lynch. So he's coming in very, very light here. Definitely a speedster. Probably one of the fastest horses in the race. Matt Stride with Bootylicious for the first 3 furlongs and last. And definitely Joyce Golden at this very lightweight should be one of the horses fighting it out. The 5, Madeline Sunshine, represents the class horse of the event. Last time over the straight was third by 3 lengths to Fearless Soul and Sensational Move. Trevor Simpson gets the ride here for Jason DaCosta. Jason DaCosta looks like he's going to have a pretty good day on the second day of the year, race day. So Madeline Sunshine looks to be the horse that I think they're going to have to beat because she definitely represents the class of the event. The 7, Mrs. Lyndhurst. Second by 4.5 lengths to Speedy and Outer Class, Unbelievable Force, and last. Over the straight course. Does have pace. O'Neill Bunyan gets the ride for Donovan Thompson. Busy at exercise track. And coming off of that rest and last and running second, I've seen Mrs. Lyndhurst in here with a good shot with her fitness exposed. And the 9, Inspired Force. Eric Horton claiming 4 kilos for Philip Fiani. 6 by 7 lengths and last against Fearless Soul and Sensational Move. Last win was back in June at 5.5 furlongs, beating Milos and Chocomo. So definitely a useful horse. Definitely one that will be coming at them late. So once he's fit, which I think he is because he's working pretty well at exercise, and if the pace decides to come back to them, I think this is the horse that will be finishing the strongest out of them all. And for superfecta purposes, squeeze one in, I'd squeeze in Mudshaft. After his debut here at 5.5, beating 30 lengths at this level, came down to 5-year-old non-winners of 4 and ramped by 8.5 lengths in 58 and 4. So his well-being is shown. We know he has some pace. Gets Dick Cardenas in the saddle now for Matthew Williams. And that's my superfecta long shot in the event. Okay, guys, it's been a short, quick one. I didn't really get to go through the program how I used to because it came out so late and I have to go to work, so I don't really get to go right through it. So I don't think I'm going to be wagering on this program, to be absolutely honest, because I didn't really get to go really in depth into it. But hopefully I pick some winners here. Okay, guys, as usual, be safe.